Another Little Nightmares theory? You betcha! Hey yo Prodigies, Charles here, and in this video I'll be sharing with you a Little Nightmares theory. This one will cover the relationship between Six and the lady. If you would like more horror game theories, remember to subscribe and tap that bell, as there will be more to come. Check the description for more on games like Little Nightmares and Bendy and the Ink Machine now. Let's start with what we know. We know that we never see Six's and the lady's face. We also know that the lady has some kind of magical power. Six has moments of intense hunger, and can feast on living things to satisfy that hunger. And finally, there are portraits of the lady and the girl that line the walls leading to the lady's room. Got all those facts? Now let's bring it all together. The lady and Six are two of the most mysterious characters in Little Nightmares. Both of them seem to be connected in some way, and the fact that Six's journey ends with a battle against the lady doesn't help satisfy those curious about them. Why did Six brave some of the harshest challenges the Moor has to face just to meet with and fight the lady? Some prodigies have said that Six and the lady are related, and that the lady is Six's mother. But why? The faces of both these characters remain hidden for the entire game, so there's hardly any way for us to see any similarities in their appearances. However, there are— But Charles! The lady has paintings all over and— Stop! Calm down. I'll get to that. But there are other links. Let's start with Six's hunger scenes. Every so often through Six's adventure, a hunger scene would trigger, causing Six to devour something as innocent as bread or a live rat. Ew. All the way up to the lady herself. There are two interesting patterns that you can notice by watching these scenes in order. First, Six goes from munching everyday food items such as bread and cut meat to biting into larger and larger live victims. Six completely eats the everyday food items, but does not devour the live victims until they disappear. In fact, it doesn't appear that Six consumes the flesh of the living victims at all. Doing a size comparison with the meat that Six eats with the rat, and even the poor gnome, rest in peace Normie, shows that their flesh clearly remains intact. So, what's the link to the lady here? In Six's hunger scenes involving living victims, including the lady herself, Six biting into the victims leaves a black mark on the floor that just surrounds the victim. The mark looks similar to the blackness that surrounds Six at the end of the game. This indicates that Six isn't just satisfying any normal hunger. Six is performing a magical act to consume the souls of the living. After eating the lady's soul, Six casually walks through the guest area and does the same to the greedy guests. But this time, it looks like her power is 100 times stronger. What this points to is Six being related to the lady as a user of magic. Naturally, the lady being older would have more magic flowing through her body than Six, and consuming her soul would result in this magic being transferred. Considering that the lady casts a spell over the entire moor to keep things going, that's gotta be a lot of magic that Six takes on. We do not encounter any other characters with a similar magical quality, further strengthening the link between the lady and Six, as it suggests that the magical power could have been passed down to her. Then, there's the matter of the portraits. In the lady's quarters, there are paintings that line the walls leading to the lady's room. Close inspection of these paintings shows many strange images. Pictures of eyes, pigs, cute dogs dressed up in a dress, the gnomes, and even one of the grown-up lady standing in the middle of shadowy figures. What does this all mean? 1. Considering that the paintings show a girl with long hair wearing a yellow dress, many of which are covered except for this one, yeah, I'd say that looks like Six. The lady does seem to have a soft spot for Six. 2. The lady is a cyclops. That's right, you heard me. The lady has one eye. She's a cyclops, and the evidence is everywhere. What are the paintings of on the way to the lady's room? An eye. What do we see on most of the doors at the moor? An eye. What is the moor's entrance shaped like? An eye. Not convinced yet? How about the paintings in this hidden room near the kitchen showing the lady with one eye? Yep, that's pretty convincing. Now, let's take a look at Six. Oh, would you look at that? 2 eyes. When the lady found out that Six had 2 eyes, she got jealous of Six's beauty and sent her to the depths of the moor to be turned into a sausage, right? Wrong. Well, not exactly. While I do think that it's possible, I think that there's another reason. And just a heads up, it's pretty gruesome. 6, being the two-eyed freak that she is, wasn't accepted by the lady in her natural form, and so the lady tried to have one of 6's eyes gouged out. This is indicated by the portrait of a girl with a bandage wrapped around her head and a bloody eye, and is probably the reason why 6's face is always covered by her hair and raincoat. Unable to fit in or even be forced to fit in, 6 was then cast to the depths of the moor before her inner powers grew any stronger to be turned into a meal for the guests. Unfortunately, they couldn't live in harmony like the fusion garnet from Steven Universe. What do you think? I think that 6's eyes may have been a bad omen for the lady. The source of magic in the lady's species, at least when it comes to casting a spell over the moor, might be dependent on their eyes. 6 having 2 eyes may have been way too strong, or may have become way too strong for the lady to control, so she sent her daughter away to the prison rather than risk losing the moor. After all, the moor is the only place that makes sense for entities such as the lady. While the beauty theory might still hold, I think that a stronger reason for the lady to cast aside someone so precious to her is to protect something even more precious, her beloved moor. And there was no way that she would want to risk losing it to a power struggle with one of her own. This also makes me wonder about Dark 6, who appears when 6 enters a hunger scene. Perhaps Dark 6 represents the magic from the second eye. Remember to subscribe and tap that bell for more cool and interesting horror game videos. If you